What's going on, everybody? We're gonna do another little white pearl job here. Brand new door, brand new fender, blending the back rear door. That is an empty can. This is a pillar, blending the rocker. We didn't get the blend on the hood, so I'm gonna do a sprayer card and show you how I'm going to do the sprayer card, and hopefully the color matches, because I don't really feel like tinting on a Friday afternoon. All right, so hopefully the color works out. See, we'll play around with the mid coat. We gotta put more, we gotta put less. So right now I'm just gonna put sealer on this parts, white sealer, and that's it. All right, here we go. Just gonna start with blowing everything off. I'm gonna blow it off, tack it, and I'm gonna use my neutralizer gun. By the way, the car's spray mask so easy. All right, so that's that. You still alive? Good. I'm using Iwata LS400, and I believe it's got a 1.3, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 1.3. This gun is actually meant for bass, but I don't like it for bass, and that's why I use it for sealer. Breaks down the sealer real nice, puts it on nice and smooth, and that's why I use it. It works. It works so well. Look at that. It's beautiful. So then, you know, a lot of people kind of cheap out on their sealer guns, and I encourage you not to, because what happens is you're laying down a rough substrate, right? And then no matter if you have a $1 million spray gun, it's only the product is only going to mold to whatever you have put underneath it. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense, and the importance of having a decent sealer gun that's going to lay down the sealer really, really smooth. So while that flashes off, I want to give it about 5 to 10 minutes depending on the temperature. I have it at 85 in here, 85 degrees. Since if it was silver, I would have it about 80 or even 75 if you want to make your life easier. But while that flashes off, we're going to give this a really good clean. I am cleaning with 80% degreaser by, I think it's called Gasco or whatever, and 20% the PPG multi-prep. The multi-prep, I forget the name, SV102 maybe, and it works awesome. It works awesome. We're gonna have to do a little blend here, which is not an issue. You want to make sure that you clean in here really, really well. This, I know, I'm sorry, you're all crooked, but I don't have a mount on this hood yet. I have to figure out how to put one on. So this we have 3,000 finished there. Look, just like I showed you guys on my other video of the blowing. If you haven't watched that, I suggest you watch it. It's really, really informative, and I think it'll save you a lot of problems. Some of you may have noticed that I washed the paper and I tacked the paper. I've said it many times before. That makes a huge difference when you're trying to get clean paint jobs. If you're trying to get dirty paint jobs, don't bother doing it. But yeah, and also, hopefully you've seen that I blow myself off after every step, almost every time I come in the booth. I'm blowing myself off. These are safe to blow off, whatever, right? You can even, you know, they're safe. They're safe. So I love these blowers. You know, you can get them from me, and if you don't like it, you can send me a message and maybe we can work something out, but I know that you're gonna love them. Okay, I'm gonna put some base on the spray out card and the parts and that. I'm using a Wacom 1.3 HVOC. I'm going to use it at 26 psi. Actually 28 psi. we want to spray that way. Make sure we're keeping away from this. That's all the base that's getting there. And then here we're going to use the awesome spray pattern of this gun to go like that. That's it. Just like that. Because look at the beautiful transition. Look at that blend that the gun is making. All by itself. You're gonna have to do no craziness, okay? And that's what I'm trying to achieve here as well. When you saw me go like this, one of my followers, awesome girl, she said the half moon blending method. So I think I'm going to take her word for it, and I'll find out who she is. I forget her name on Instagram. I have a hard time with names. So anyways, the half moon blending. So here you come like this instead of coming like this and trying to loose the blend, and you're gonna get a whole bunch of overspray. But check it out, we got a nice heavy amount, and then it just gradually dissipates. And that's what you want on a blend, right? Gradually dissipating. And that's what's happening, because you're utilizing the millions of dollars that companies use to put the spray pattern properly. I opened the trunk by mistake, trying to put that on. But you survived. Two coats of base, that's all it needs. And then this, that looks good as well. But I'm going to put another one just to make sure that it's gonna be covered. Awesome. This I'm just gonna cover the whole thing. And that's it. That's supposed to look like that. Gorgeous. Put another one here. Perfect. I'll let that flash off, and I'm gonna mix a transition coat, and I'll show you guys how to do that. I've showed you guys many times how to do that. If you don't get it, then I think if you could go back to the previous videos, you'll be able to see how I do it. Okay. So basically, a transition coat is what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to mix probably 80 to 90% mid coat with a little bit, 20% of the actual base coat, the white stuff. I'm gonna tack the door really well. I'm gonna tack it really hard. You gotta make sure the base is dry for that, because sometimes it will clump up, and then what you have to do is you have to make sure all those clumps go away. Making sure that there's no clumps. Perfect. So I'm putting the transition coat even on this rail car, because I want it to be as accurate as it's going to be on the parts. Like that. You want to make sure that you're putting enough on, so you can put it on like just as heavy as the last coat, but you want it to be uniform. The thing with white pearls is you want them uniform, you want them even. Sorry for all the shakiness. Going to put the first coat of pearl on the card. And I'm going to put one light coat followed by a wet coat. Make sure always with white pearls that you're making sure that the base is flashed off properly, because if it's not, then when you go and put on a heavy coat of pearl, there's a chance that you might bond them together, and you don't want that too good. Like, how do I explain that? You want the bonding, you want the adhesion, but you don't want them to mix together. So a light coat, not too shiny, just like that. I'm gonna put a light coat on everything. It's looking great already. Gonna flash this off, put a second coat on right away. Second coat's gonna be heavy. Because I want it to be uniform. Right, number two. Number two. I think number two it's all gonna be good. Probably around 3. All right. High hopes for this color. I'm going to crank up the heat in the booth so then I could dry this sprayer card and then we'll check it. I think we'll be fine. Well, I was convinced it was gonna match and it doesn't. It's too yellow, obviously. Not terrible, but it's too yellow. So I'm going to mix a lighter variant, and then what I'll do is I'll just dust a little bit of color where it's gonna meet up there with the hood, because there's no sense of redoing everything, because if you look at the blend, it looks gorgeous, it looks beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that, absolutely nothing wrong with that. So I'm just going to fool around with that, and that way it won't be such a pain. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of base on this card, and then we'll check it. And then we have to make, I tried making some adjustments to the other one, but it's just, once it goes too yellow, there's really no bringing it back. Make sure it's covered, put enough on there. I'm gonna flash this off. Two little wet, medium wet coats. we're gonna flash it off and see how it looks to the hood. Pray for the best. All right, so I did the other one, the lighter one. Now that looks awesome. I'm not sure if you can see in the video. It might be completely irrelevant to you, but I hate doing butt matches, but when you have to kind of do them, then you know, you kind of have to do that little extra work. But it's nice when you can actually get it. So I mixed another lighter formula. Like I said, there's no need to redo that. So all I'm gonna show you now, which is, I'm kind of glad this happened because then I get to show you. So I'm just gonna dust a little bit of color on the top, like that, and that's basically it. And I'll do the pillar as well. And then I'll clear this and I save this. Just want to dust that on there like that, making sure I get that edge. Like that. It's gonna go like that, so then we don't see any transition or anything like that. Beautiful. Then we're gonna come over here, just like that, and then we'll do the same thing right here. And have to come a little farther because you got to cover what's already there, just like that. Nice transition there, and then that's it. And you also notice the placement of my gun. I'm spraying up so I don't get any curl when I don't need it to be. Beautiful. Little dust in here, just like that. Awesome. So we're gonna do 2 coats like that, and then we're good to go. So obviously this is not ideal, right? But the color wasn't terrible, right? It was just not good enough for a butt match. I want you to understand that, because I know you'll be inclined to say you're a butcher. Why didn't you redo the whole thing, or why didn't you check the color before you painted the car? The thing is that I know that this color is not terrible, so I know that I can manipulate it a little bit. So that's what I was able to do, right? I just mix a lighter variant, and then I just dust on what I need and just leave the rest. Don't touch it, because you know you're gonna keep putting more material on there, you're gonna run into problems. So I'm not a PPG rep, and don't do anything I say. I just show you here what I do. So it works for me. But I'm glad that I was able to show you that sometimes, you know, things don't go along perfect, and you have to kind of run with it, and you have to fix it one way or another. Done. All right, I'm gonna use my WS400 at 35. coat one. Like I said, look at that, gorgeous. Color was close enough that, look at that, was just look at it. I was able to blend it. It looks great. I'm happy with it. But guess what? Is it perfect? You know the answer to that. Absolutely not. All right? We'll be back in 3 to 4 minutes for the second coat. Realized I didn't turn it on, but there's the second coat there. I'm gonna continue over here. Right, so we got 3,000, 5,000, and then a little bit of our Spray Max blender for an easy PC transition. Awesome. Well, there you have it, boys and girls. Looks beautiful. No sun piling because of that tack job that we did. Looks great. I'm very happy with it. Very happy with it. Is it perfect? You know the answer again. But there you have it. So you can't see no transitions, nothing. But you know, that was, I'm glad I could show you a little bit of a scenario of something unusual that sometimes you have to kind of do. So there you have it. Just show you the spray out card, and yep, it looks great. I'm happy with it. Still tacky, but I'm very, very happy with it. That color looks great, and the flop is good as well. Is it perfect? Nope. But the other one was off too much for me to just let it go. And now we have the same everywhere. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you have any more questions or concerns, you can comment below, and also you can check out the playlist. I have a whole playlist of white pearls. I'll put a link somewhere here. And I really hope that you get tons of value out of these videos. You know, that's all I can say. And there's more videos on the Italy trip coming up, and also I want to know more video ideas and to see what you guys want to see. All right, I love you so freaking much. I hope that you like this video. If you don't, put a thumbs down. If you did, put a thumbs up. And I hope that you stick around. We just hit 8,000 subscribers, which is unbelievable. I hope that we can hit many, many, many more, and I could help as many people as I possibly can. All right? I love you. Take care.